Okay, so we are live again. This is our final session. I can't believe we are almost done. This has been such an incredible week. I'm so blessed to have been gifted this opportunity to share the light of so many beautiful people, to be facilitating and holding space so that all these amazing activists and artists can speak their truth and shine and share whatever needed to come through for these different beautiful sessions that we've had. So thank you so much to everyone who has been with us throughout this time, everyone who's shown up live, everyone who's watched the replays, comments, or the shares. I'm super grateful, and the universe and the animals and everybody is super grateful for the collaboration and the co-creation. So tonight, I'm very excited to bring on a friend of mine, someone who I've been connected with for a number of years. This is Dim. We have been working together as artists, I guess, for the last maybe couple of years. And yeah, I'm excited to have him speak and share his experience and his work with the arts and filmmaking as an investigator. So yeah, tonight, this is the closing ceremony. We'll have a little meditation, and we will have some exciting announcements to make as well. So thank you for joining. Those who are watching, drop a couple of hearts. Let us know how you're feeling, where you're coming from, what's going on for you. Are you all, how are you feeling this Friday night? Yeah. Hey Daniel, nice to see you. Awesome. You're coming from Ireland, right? You're in Ireland? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so without further ado, I'll bring on Dim and we will welcome Ireland ourselves in. Oh. Thanks for joining. Yeah,
hello.
So without further ado, is that on your phone, Dim, or is that on my computer?
That's mine. One sec.
Okay.
All right, we're good. I thought I was watching you live, and then you just popped up on the screen, and I started tripping out a little bit.
Yeah. I know, it's a little bit of a buzz. Yeah, we're here. Welcome. You're in Sydney, I'm in Melbourne. We've swapped.
Yeah, I'm usually from Melbourne, and then here we are. I'm in Sydney.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is really exciting. Quickly, first of all, I'd just like to acknowledge the country in Sydney where you are and also where I am, and the original custodians. I'm on Wurundjeri country, and just to acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded, and show my gratitude for the elders past, present, and emerging, and all the animal spirits, the plants, the land, the elements, everything about Australia. I have so much love for this country and for people like yourself. And we've been connected for a few years, and it's been an interesting journey, this activist life, isn't it?
Sure, it definitely has its ups and downs, but yeah, you're such a beautiful person. I'm super grateful for this opportunity. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's awesome having you in. I'm really glad that you're available and happy and willing to do something like this, because it's really important. I think that we talk about animal rights and art, obviously, and you have such an awesome combination of the two. Your work is so much about the arts, and your life is animal rights.
I live and breathe this stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
Sorry, sound on your computer, on your phone still, or is it on my computer? Hang on.
That's on.
That's on mine.
Is it echoing?
Yeah, there was an echo.
How are we now? Test one.
Better.
1, 2, 1, 2. Good.
Yeah. Testing. Hey Pip, good to see you. Oh, I love you too. Hey everyone. Yeah. So, how are things going? Are you? We'd love to hear your story. How your journey has looked. You've been an activist for quite a few years now. You've been vegan for quite a long time.
Yeah, so I've been vegan for 7 years now, roughly. I didn't really count the date that I went vegan. I'm not too sure, but I think it was around February some year. So yeah, about 7 years. I've been into animal rights activism pretty much the day that I went vegan. Online, social media, I was posting on, Facebook and trying to get my friends and family to watch Earthlings. That's the film that was the real catalyst. That I'd never seen slaughterhouse footage before or any farm footage, and so yeah, I watched Earthlings, and the next day I was just telling my friends and family and everyone that I knew about this film. And then I obviously went to street activism, and then doing outreach, and then doing investigation work, and I've done lots of different types of activism over the years. Before I got into animal rights work, I did a lot of charity work overseas. I ran an organization in Cambodia, and we built houses and went to different schools and gave out books to kids, and went to different orphanages and gave them supplies like clothing and things like that. So I was always into, charity work and helping others, human rights work. And then, I noticed when I was doing the human rights work that after I'd gone vegan, I realized everyone was harming animals in some way. And I felt called to speak up for the animals, because I felt that not many people were doing it, and the amount of suffering out there to animals is just unimaginable. I've been super passionate about it for the last 6 years, 7 years or so. It's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey.
Yeah, I can imagine you've done so much, and really it's not that, like, it's a long time considering how much goes into it. And as you say, you live and breathe it. It literally is, like, I remember back in the day when I was doing similar kind of things, it was literally like every single moment of my life was dedicated to it. And you've been like that and more for like double the amount of time. I don't know how you've done it, honestly. I don't know. So it's just, it's a real journey. That's really intense. I didn't realize you were in Cambodia. That's a country that's very close to my heart as well. Just from like a meditation point of view. Is that so? That was after you went vegan, and then you got straight into animal rights, or was that
before I was vegan? I studied marketing at uni, and it just wasn't for me. I was selling products to people that I didn't believe in, and so I went. I had an experience one time with a mushroom trip, and I could feel so much empathy for others, and I imagined what it would be like to not have education, to not have a house over my head, and I really felt it for the first time in my life. And so I was just called to volunteer and help people out. So I went online, found a really good program to volunteer in Cambodia, and so I started teaching English there, volunteering, and that's where my passion for teaching came from. I was teaching English in Cambodia. And then when I came back home to Australia, then I started doing my teaching course. But when I came back, because I had studied marketing, I had the tools to kind of start a business. And so I decided to start a not-for-profit business called Dream Larger. And we built numerous houses around Cambodia with the local monks. They would find poor families in the area, and they would let us know, and then we would go and then build these houses with monks, which was like an incredible opportunity. And being able to meditate, obviously, afterwards when we hand over the house, there was a ceremony, and we got to meditate with some monks. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds incredible. That's so cool. It's Southeast Asia is a really a beautiful, beautiful place in many ways, as you know, obviously. But then there's the other side of it, which also is the extent of animal use and eating. I remember when I was told a story the other night about how I essentially went vegan. Well, it was a long process. It was, over the course of about a year of being vegetarian and then waking up to more and more of what was going on with animals. And but being in Cambodia, in Battambang actually. I went to a Vipassana center there, and that was a big part of my awakening, and that really helped me see things from a different point of view. Through the meditation, really like cleared me out and got me into a state where I was super receptive, and actually ended up having well, due to some trauma that I'd experienced a couple of months beforehand, my body had essentially like shut down, and I couldn't process anything, and I was trying to figure out what I could process. And I had a little bit of condensed milk in a coffee one morning, and it just like just shut me down completely. And I had this experience of connecting with other animals and realizing like having that empathetic sense of what it's like for other animals. Like you're saying, you had this experience through that trip, and you really felt what it was like. And that's kind of how I felt with dairy cows, with mother cows. And so that was a big part of my awakening and my shift into veganism, which happened over that time. So yeah, Cambodia has a very close close place in my heart. I love that country. But alongside that, it's like, you walk along the street and you're just absorbing the smells, in somewhere like in Australia, like in Sydney or where I am in Melbourne. It's not as obvious, right? It's like pervades throughout the cultures, but yeah, it's much more hidden. But whereas in Southeast Asia, it's everywhere, and there's just dead animals hanging all over the place. There's, body parts all over the place, and it's a real eye-opener, isn't it? So I'm sure that was probably part of your kind of awakening experience to what the world is like as well, right?
Sure. I remember being in Cambodia, and after I had been vegan for a few years, I'd see motorbikes with 20 chickens on the back, just still alive, hanging upside down. And then obviously doing filming overseas in Thailand. I'd been to Thailand over 20 times. I think it's been like 25 times or something I've been now. It's like a second home to me. And that country is so beautiful. The people there are amazing. The scenery is incredible. But yeah, after doing investigation work, I've been inside like chicken slaughterhouses there, and a pig slaughterhouse, and the amount of suffering is just, you can't put that into words. But I guess that's still hidden. Like a lot of the killing, like the slaughterhouses, like I had to go undercover. I was saying I was a university student, and just to get into these places, super dangerous as well, because, if they would see it as you're trying to shut down their business. And so even the police are very corrupt a lot of the time in these countries. So your safety, I don't know, it can be quite difficult at times. I was investigating in Thailand at a pig slaughterhouse, and they said that I was allowed to be there, I guess, during the day. And then at night time when I went there, there was like a crowd of people, surrounding me. And I saw one person with a pole, one person with a knife. And yeah, it was pretty full on. Like I always said that I'd die for this cause, but at that moment I was like, holy shit, like this is probably the moment.
Wow.
But yeah, I then found out afterwards that the pole was used for the pig to stun the pig. They hit the pigs over the head, and then obviously the knife to slit their throat, which was just so traumatizing. And like obviously being in Southeast Asia, seeing all these beautiful people, a lot of them are Buddhist as well, they just have no idea as well. Doesn't matter where you go in the world, like some of the suffering is out there on the street, whether you go to like Cambodia, Thailand, other countries around the world. They do have body parts around, and some places in Melbourne as well. If you go to Queen Victoria Market, there'll be animals hanging upside down there. But the killing floor, where they're actually doing the killing, it's very secretive, because deep down we're all against killing. We're all against stealing, especially someone's life, and we're all against animal cruelty. So when you really think about it, like all of us are vegan at heart, and if we did see the cruelty, like I was a massive meat eater for years, You know, I come from a Greek background. Every single meal that I ate was meat, dairy, or eggs. Until I watched Earthlings, and the next day I had a similar experience to you when with the condensed milk, where just you realize then about the dairy cows. I was eating like leftover chickens that I had cooked the previous night, and I then watched Earthlings afterwards. And then that's when I was at work the next day. I was eating these chickens, and then I was like, something's not right. Something like really isn't sitting well with me, and I couldn't even finish like the rest of my meal. I was just disgusted, and then from that day onwards, I just never ate an animal ever again. So yeah, I think everyone is vegan at heart. I truly believe that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just obviously, as we know, we've been conditioned so heavily against animals, really, and we've had this level and layer of programming of speciesism. We spoke earlier a little bit with Linda about speciesism and about this, what that means, the concept of seeing one animal as more worthy of life and love than another. And it's something that the whole world has been programmed with. And so it's just, to me, like, that's not part of the world that I want to create, you know. And it's just raising awareness, and there's so many different ways that we can raise awareness, and one of them is through art, paintings, like with Linda, you know, street outreach. We've both done a lot of street outreach, that's also very like consistently difficult for a lot of activists, especially if we're quite sensitive people. And if you're doing that all the time, it can be quite, it can be quite traumatizing, actually, exposing yourself to that level of graphic footage all the time. So I'd love to hear from you a bit more about mental health for activists. And I mean, for you, like those kind of experiences, you know, I've got my own experiences, but I've never had that where I've been thought that I was going to die. I've been assaulted multiple times, but I've never been in that, like, there's somebody with a knife and like, I'm literally just going to die here now. Like, it's really, really intense. Activist mental health is a really serious and really big issue. So I'd love to hear from you what your experience is.
Yeah. So after Thailand, I was in hiding for a few days after I'd gone into the slaughterhouse, because I'm quite recognizable. I've got tattoos all over me. So, and the village that I was in was quite small. And so I was hiding for a couple of days till I could find the next bus out. And then when I got to the next place, I was still paranoid because I had been to another slaughterhouse a couple of years prior to that, like a kilometer away from where the bus had like dropped me off. So yeah, it was, you know, I'd hear doors squeaking, and then I'd have like visuals of the pigs being killed in front of me. And yeah, the PTSD was quite intense for a while. I think it took me about a year to, you know, I got into lucid dreaming. So being able to wake up in your dreams, because I was having these like really traumatic nightmares, and it was just getting like lack of sleep and all that kind of stuff. Definitely not good for your mental health. So yeah, I obviously got into lucid dreaming, being able to control my dreams now. So if I am being kidnapped in a dream or something along those lines, I have way more control. I can change the scenery, I can fly away, I can do all sorts of magical things, which is pretty cool. Yeah, definitely recommend that, lucid dreaming, if anyone's watching and you're interested in doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, with the mental health side, I've been meditating, same as what you did. You went to Vipassana. I've done a few of those courses around the world, and I practice meditation every single day. I use an app called Insight Timer. If anyone wants to get into meditation, I highly recommend it. There's tens of thousands of free guided meditations on there, and you can track your progress as well. So it tells you how many days in a row that you've meditated, which is pretty cool. It kind of keeps you like going. Yoga's played a massive part. Definitely like releasing a lot of the trauma that like the energy blocks in my body, I feel has helped a lot. But yeah, just I think that's why I got more into the art side of activism, because it was just taking such a toll on my mental health. Like I've been inside more farms and slaughterhouses that I can even count, like over the years, whether it's, you know, all sorts of animals, pigs, cows, chickens, ducks, camels, horses, like them all pretty much, whether it was in Australia, overseas. And I feel like there's so much footage out there now. There's hours and hours of footage from all over the world. And I'm done. I'm done with getting footage. So now I like to spread the vegan message through art. So, you know, I'd made videos prior. And so I decided, yeah, that's where the Don't Watch, I guess, idea came from, to make a short film in that way. But yeah, I think meditation and different practices they can do, like breath work, has definitely helped a lot with my mental health. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you bring up lucid dreaming, and that's been a big part of your mental health routine, I guess you might say, because the other things, you know, meditation, breath work, yoga, obviously it's like moving the energy through your body and releasing that trauma that, as you say, it's like stuck in certain parts of our body. We might carry it in our shoulders or our back or wherever, or our stomach. I carry it in my stomach. And so like energetically releasing the energy through our bodies is really powerful. But a big one for a lot of people is their dreams. Like I had several years where I was a complete insomniac. I pretty much couldn't sleep for about 2 years, and I was taking natural remedies. I completely stayed away from anything that was like super powerful, and you know, I didn't want to become reliant on it. But that was because of my dreams, because I was just having nightmares every night. So I hadn't, at that time, that was a while ago, I didn't know about lucid dreaming, I don't think. And I wouldn't have a clue like where to start to actually cultivate that. How do you do that? How do you learn how to lucid dream so that you can just wake up and be able to create the scene yourself and be able to you know, get yourself to safety?
Yeah, cool. So I did an online lucid dreaming course. The guy's name's Denham Aspey. He's a psychologist, and he did his PhD on lucid dreaming and finding the best techniques to lucid dream. So I highly recommend the course to people if they want to do it. It's changed my life. In short though, if you don't have time, like many of us, and you can't be bothered doing an online course, the first step to lucid dreaming is dream recall. So being able to remember your dreams. So when you wake up in the morning, every single person dreams, by the way, every single night. A lot of people say, oh, I don't dream. You dream, you just can't remember the dream. So before you go to sleep, you set the intention, I'm going to remember my dreams. I have excellent dream recall. You can say it out loud, or if you have a partner next to you and you don't want to seem a little bit too weird, say it in your head.
Yeah.
You just keep repeating that before you go to sleep. I find that my dream recall is so much better when I set that intention. In my phone, I've got, like in your notes section, I've got a dreams folder. And so before I go to sleep at night, I open up a new note, a fresh one, and then I put my phone, I lock my phone, put it on flight mode for the night, and turn your brightness all the way down. And so what I do is, if I wake up during the night, I remember part of my dream, I just write it down straight away. And, you know, maybe like a couple of key words, so that when I wake up in the morning, you know, I can remember, you know, the story. If you're finding it hard to remember any dreams whatsoever, just ask yourself, what was I just doing? And don't open your eyes and don't move your body. Because when you start moving your body, the dream just disappears. It kind of just goes like a cloud. So yeah, dream recall is super important, and keeping track of your dreams. And also there are things called reality checks. So during the day, there's different reality checks that you can do to make sure that you're awake. You obviously know when you're awake, but in the dream, it'll become so real that you'll be convinced that you're you're still awake. So you do these dream checks, and then when you do them in the dream, it's different to your waking state. So one that you can do is you try and push your fingers through your hand, and you ask yourself during the day, am I dreaming? And you push your fingers through your hand, and I recommend doing that 10 times a day. And so in your dream, when you're dreaming and you see something weird in your dream, you do the reality check. Am I dreaming? And then when you push your hand, like it'll actually go through your hand. Your fingers will go through your hand. Or there's another one. There's different ones for. So the one that I do, if you read something and then you turn away and then you read it again, in your dream the words won't be the same, and so that's how you know that you're dreaming. So I have like writing on my wrist. I've got now, and I've got start again. So what I do during the day is I ask myself, am I dreaming? I read my tattoos. In my dreams, that's my dream sign. So that's how I know that I'm dreaming. So if I see something in the dream, it's like, oh, that's super weird. Like, because when you're dreaming, everything's kind of normal, but then there'll be something so strange, like a toilet bowl will be in the middle of the room. Like that's what's happened before in one of my dreams. I'm like, whoa, toilet bowl in the room? That's weird. And then I look at my wrist and there was no tattoo there. And so that's how I know. Or there'll be diamantes there, or it'll be a different word altogether, or there'll be a dragon there or something like that. Yeah, and when you get into the lucid dream, like when you actually wake up in the dream, there's a technique where you rub your hands together and it creates a physical sensation in your dream body. And so it kind of locks you in the dream. So you're not feeling your physical sensations of your body lying there in the bed. And everything that you do in the dream, like you obviously, at the start, I recommend just being passive and just watching what's going on in the dream and not trying to control it. And then when you get better at it, when you can really calm down when you lucid dream, because a lot of the time when people lucid dream, they wake up in their dream, they get so excited that they end up waking up straight away. Yeah. So the first step is like, just chill out, just calm down a bit and just enjoy it. Just look around. But yeah, I'm at the stage now where if I think of someone or I think of a scene, not all the time, but quite a few times now, I've been able to, rub my hands together and it'll open up a new scene. I'll have a thought of someone or a scenery that I want, or if I want to fly, and it'll just pop up. And it's like, whoa, like you can literally create anything, which is super cool. It's like a VR headset. You know, we always talk about like, oh, VR headset's going to be so cool in the future. You're not even going to know the difference between, the VR headset and waking life. Well, we have that now. We've got that with lucid dreaming. And if you are skeptical about it, do the research into it. There's a lot of research into it, and it can help with trauma. It's just cool. Like being able to fly, you know what I mean? Like being able to go and travel. Like you can't travel now because of the whole COVID thing. So you can travel. You can meet deceased relatives. Like my grandfather and my grandmother passed away last year, and super difficult times because I'd never lost a family member before, and so I've seen them in my dreams so much now. They're like a dream sign for me. Like, wait a second, you're dead. Like, how is this happening? And I've been able to communicate with them and chat with them, and it helped the grieving process so much for me. Wow. And I've helped a lot of activists as well that have, issues with trauma and grieving. I've helped them with the lucid dreaming stuff as well. I highly recommend it. It helped me probably more than anything with with my PTSD. Yeah. Sorry, I rambled for a bit. I'm super passionate about the lucid dreaming stuff.
Awesome. That's super cool. I think I've never really like investigated it properly myself to become really good at that. I've had experiences of it where it's just been kind of spontaneous, but it's not been something that I've like cultivated, and I hadn't even thought of it as a mental health thing. And that's so profound. I think that's really, really cool. And I can understand completely how it would really help people, especially with losing loved ones and that as well. Like for people who haven't done that kind of activism and stuff before. Everybody's got trauma. Everyone's got experiences that they need to shift through, memories that trigger things in our normal lives, you know, and so being able to do that kind of trauma work in a way, maybe through your dreams, would be really powerful. It sounds quite a bit like quantum healing, like a quantum healing hypnosis, but on yourself, and you can do that every night.
Yeah, but things come up. Your subconscious has you didn't even know maybe some traumas that are really holding you back in life.
Yeah.
But if you write down your dreams and you're having this reoccurring pattern over and over that you weren't aware of, it's cool to look back and just see the shift in it as well. You might be running all the time away from, that might symbolize that you're running away from your problems all the time or whatever it is. But I was always running from like people harming animals and like harming other people and coming for me. I was running, and then one day I turned it around and I faced the demon, the evil entity, whatever was going on, and it just shifted everything. It shifted the way that I deal with my waking life now, because with lucid dreaming, you're awake in your dream state, but it takes a level of awareness to get to that state, to wake up in your dreams, to be aware that you're dreaming. And being able to manifest whatever you want in your dream, like literally create, like you can change the whole scenery and be on top of the pyramids, or you can change the whole scenery and be at the beach, and feel physical sensations. You're actually there. It's like your waking state. You can feel the water on your skin. You can feel the touch of someone touching your body. And so, yeah, I recommend it to everyone, because it helps you create things in your waking state. Because when you can trigger that thing in your brain where you can realize that you can literally create anything in your dream, then why can't you create it in your waking state? And so it's definitely helped my life, being able to create whatever I want, really, which is, it's been an incredible tool for me. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. It's like, I'm obviously passionate about the animal rights stuff, but the lucid dreaming has just helped me in more ways than I can imagine.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's very much the study of of our consciousness as well, like our the way, we are able to manifest our reality. And the more we practice it, the more we get into that flow state, and it's just a constant state of existence, being like one with the universe. The more in touch we are, and the more we're able to just, literally like create our reality. Like you asked the universe for internet, and you had internet, and I asked the universe for somewhere that I could run this event from, and it appeared as well. Like, all you got to do is ask or put it out there, and it will arrive if you're, I guess it takes working with your consciousness and becoming really in touch with your own mind and your own, I guess it's universal consciousness that comes through us, but it's like us as souls as well. Super fascinating. I love consciousness stuff. So we could probably talk about this all night, to be honest.
One sec. Just looking. We're good.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, did you want to?
Go.
I can go.
When I go.
Consciousness and dreaming and trauma and moving things through our bodies to release and to it's interesting. I think I'm going to try some of those techniques that you said, because recently I've been dreaming. I tend to dream when I wake up. I'm sure it's throughout the evening or the REM sleep or whatever, but in the mornings when I wake up, that's really when it's the most clear. And recently I've been dreaming a lot more, and it's becoming more and more clear, but I haven't been writing it down, and I haven't been setting that intention beforehand. So I'm definitely going to do some of those techniques.
And another one you can do as well is, before you go to sleep, just say, I'm going to lucid dream, and just keep repeating it. I've been trying that one as well, and that's been like quite effective. So definitely write them down and do the reality checks during the day. Look at some writing, look away, look at it again. Or look at your hand, flip it, look at your hand again. That's probably the easiest one. Look at your hand, flip, look at it again. It'll be different in dream. You'll have like 6 fingers, 4 fingers. It's always different.
It sounds like Inception. It's so funny.
Yeah. That's great. It's really cool stuff. but yeah, it's helped just with my creativity as well with art, and I guess with the Don't Watch project, if you want to chat about that.
Mm.
Yeah, like the project, it's called don'twatch.org, and I guess the idea behind it, using reverse psychology to get people to watch the footage of what's actually happening to animals, because I was getting quite frustrated, and I guess, you know, doing a lot of street outreach for years, you know, it's like, we just want everyone to watch, like just watch, and we're telling them to watch, you know, what's going on to animals. And I thought, well, don't watch. And it's been quite successful. People have been going to the website, and definitely like sharing the video around as well, which has been super cool. But yeah, just the process of creating the film, I guess, and using film as an expression of art. So yeah, if anyone is out there, any activists out there that want to create, you know, any short films or documentaries, things like that, my recommendation to them would be just write down your ideas. Like the idea for don'twatch.org came when, again, with some plant medicines, something triggered in my brain to see if the domain was available. It was, so I got it. And then, yeah, I've just, over the years doing animal rights work, I've connected with so many people, so many friends that have different skills, whether it's, you know, editing videos, whether it's graphics design, people with money that are willing to help fund these projects, people with, you know, large audiences, and so to share the actual footage in the end. So yeah, it's been quite successful, the project so far. I think in the first 48 hours, I think the don'twatch.org project had about 200,000 views in 2 days, you know what I mean? And that's because there were activists out there, vegans out there, and people that weren't even vegan beforehand. They watched the film, and they ended up sharing it with their friends and family, and so it just kind of spread. I think it's been out for a few months now, and it's been seen in over 100 countries. So yeah, I'm like blown away by the reach that it's had so far, and I'm sure that it will just keep growing over the years. But yeah, I figure a lot of people are time poor at the moment. So if you haven't seen the film already, and you're not yet vegan, I urge you to watch the film. It goes for 7 minutes, and it is quite graphic. The footage shows you exactly what happens in the meat, dairy, and egg industry, animal testing, but it also shows you the health benefits and the environmental benefits from being vegan and boycotting the animal agriculture industry. And I urge you, if you are really against animal cruelty, to just watch what's going on. There's footage in the film from, I think it's 20 countries. There's a scene in there that show, you know, what's happening to animals, whether you live in Ireland or the UK, USA, Canada, Japan. I'm sure that we probably would have covered the country that you're from, and you can see what's going on. It's happening all over the world. Because a lot of people say, or they think that, you know, not in my country. My country have, you know, ethical slaughterhouses or factory farms, if you can even say that. But yeah, I think I urge everyone, please just watch it. And if you are drawn to share, you know, what's on the website, please do. There's lots of resources out, like on the website as well, if you for plant-based recipes and things like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a really, really, what's the word? Comprehensive site. You have a lot of really good content, but it's digestible. And as you say, it's 7 minutes. It's not that long. It's not like Earthlings. You know, Dominion is another really, really powerful one that's made a massive impact for huge number of people. Earthlings was the one for me. I watched it when I was vegetarian, and it really got me, you know, got me going. At the time I was like, oh, I know that stuff, or, you know, I was kind of like blocking things out. I was kind of in denial at the same time, and all this stuff was going on. But it's really powerful just being if you're willing to put yourself in that position where you're able to sit down and watch something like that, you can definitely make a change in your lifestyle. And it's really like we owe it to the animals to do that, to watch the, you know, to teach ourselves and to educate ourselves about what is going on around the world. And this is an area of life that most people just don't have a clue because we're taught not to. But if you're able to, you know, 7 minutes it's not that long, and with all the information that's in there and all the information that's on the site, as well as the knowledge that you can gain from actually watching it, it's super powerful, and it's really, really important, I think, that it's available and people do educate themselves and make the changes that they can, because we're not gonna, you know, as I said, like the kind of world that I want to be part of, and the kind of world that I want to help co-create, is that there's no place for that. Like there's no, you know, there's no place for that kind of really, really dense 3D stuff. And like if we're talking about consciousness, we're talking about a whole new world that we're creating. That's very literally, like, the way I feel about places that I've been personally myself, they are literally, that's hell on earth.
Yeah.
For the animals and for the people working there. And for anyone who's anywhere near the vicinity, you feel the energy like radiating out from these places, and it is literally hell on earth. I know there was one place we went to in the UK where I have never smelt anything like that. Like, if anyone watching or listening, if you can imagine, you know, what it's like if there's a rat or, you know, someone else who's passed away in the bush or on the side of the road or something, you know, you smell that smell of death. And if you can imagine that times a billion, some of these places, it's literally like you can't describe. And you can't even imagine like somebody working in a place like that. And for the animals, what that is, it's just, there's it just can't continue. It can't happen. It's just gotta not happen.
Yeah, I remember the first pig farm that I ever went into, I was like, whoa, this is a torture chamber. They can't turn around. Their babies can't even, like the mother's squashing the piglets because there's no room there. The piglets being thrown on the ground throughout the farm. There's places I've been to, dumpsters full of 1-day-old chicks. And the smell coming from that dumpster, hundreds of thousands of chickens like in this huge dumpster. Just the stench. You can hear the screams from over a kilometer away from some of these places. And yeah, if we do want to have this, you know, if you do want to claim to be like a very conscious person, and we want a world where there's no killing, like then the only logical step for me anyway is to be vegan. You know, we're killing 8 billion animals every single day. When we count the fish that we're taking from the oceans, and they're being suffocated. I can't even fathom that number, like 8 billion, which is 8,000 million individuals every single day. So yeah, that's why I do this every single day. I spread a vegan message. But if people are like watching or listening now, and you just can't watch it, I can't see it. Well, put yourself in the animal's position. They don't get a choice whether or not it's not even about them not even seeing it. It's they don't get a choice in experiencing this. The amount of animals I've seen thousands, maybe tens of thousands of animals being killed right in front of my eyes, and not one of them willingly walks to their death. They are pushed in that position, and they have no choice. And so, but we have a choice. Most of us do. If you can eat a plant-based diet and avoid, you know, buying products that test on animals and going to the zoo and all that stuff, if you have that choice, then you should choose the kinder option. The website don'twatch.org has thousands of free recipes, plant-based recipes. They're delicious. Like, you ask any vegan, you know, what's the hardest thing about being vegan? It's probably being in a non-vegan world. You know what I mean? Surrounded by all your friends and family that are super loving people. Like my friends and family that aren't vegan, they're so loving, so kind, but they're still contributing to one of the, most horrible things that I can think of in the world right now. But it doesn't need to be this way. And I think the ignorance is causing this suffering. And so when you know better, you can do better. And so I try and just educate people in different ways. And this way was to create a film, and then now using art, like street art, and I make stencils. That's my type of artwork now that I do to promote the don'twatch.org video, because I studied marketing and I know how important it is for people to actually know about your product and about what you have to offer. But the website also has different speeches that you can watch. So if you feel drawn to this, and after listening to this conversation, go to the website, and there's lots of speeches that you can watch, really powerful speeches that don't show the animals being killed. That might be your cup of tea that, might help you make that transition. But there's a section on the website where you can get free mentoring and a free dietitian as well for 22 days. It's called Challenge 22. There's a link on the website that you can click on, and they'll help you with whatever questions you have, which is super handy. I didn't know about all this stuff before. So, I had no idea what to eat when I was vegan, but now there's so many resources out there and people to help you as well.
Exactly. And it's actually, that's one thing that I really enjoyed in the first year of being vegan before I got into street outreach, was just exploring cooking and just experimenting in the kitchen, experimenting with what my body liked, what was good for me, and playing with the different colors and the textures. I see cooking as a form of art as well. I love being in the kitchen if I have time and the products, the food, the plants to work with, and create some amazing things. And it tastes so good, it looks good, it feels good, and the textures and everything. It really like opened me up to cooking. And that's a big I guess kind of a common argument is like, well, I don't like cooking, or I don't, but actually so many people that I've spoken to have become really passionate cooks and really enjoy cooking once they get into veganism, or once they start working with plants in a different way. So that's a really big draw card, I guess you might say, for being plant-based, being vegan, is the creative side of actually putting it together and nourishing ourselves. And the last couple of days I've been fasting, and I feel so much better. Like, over the weekend, over Easter, I was just eating vegan junk food, and it didn't take long for me to feel
vegan junk food, that's for sure. Sorry, you can obviously get a lot of vegan junk food as well. Like whatever you love eating, whether it's pizzas, hot dogs, burgers, like chips, cheeses, everything. Like the options now are so good. Like I love being vegan. It's like the food that I eat now is so much better than when I was eating animals. Like I can cook like way better than before. I was eating meat and 3 veg, and it's just boring. But now, like you were saying, there's so much color in the food, so much variety. I didn't even know what quinoa was beforehand. Never purchased blueberries and all that kind of stuff, like chia seeds. Like couldn't even tell you what they look like before I was vegan. But now it's like so good, tastes so good, feel good, so much energy, and it helped. I don't know, like it kind of woke me up. It allowed me to feel more empathy for others. And it changed the way that I view the world. They say you are what you eat, and your 5 senses are fueled by the food that you're putting in your mouth. So if you're putting in, torture, killing, suffering, then you're going to suffer. It might be transferred through, heart disease or cancer or diabetes. But when you go plant-based, the plant-based diet has been proven to reverse heart disease, which is the #1 killer. No other diet has been able to reverse heart disease. So it's kind of telling us something. We're meant to be eating this way, but we just don't get taught about it. I've taught thousands of children. I was a primary school teacher for about 4 years. And I had the opportunity to teach thousands of kids because I was a substitute teacher. And no one's teaching the kids about veganism. No one's teaching them about speciesism. They'll teach them about racism and sexism and homophobia, but the teachers in the school don't even know what speciesism is. And, I was kicked out of the school for teaching the kids about veganism, just talking about the topic, you know what I mean? So that's why people are so resistant against, changing the way that they live to be vegan, because we've been taught, like, one, we haven't been taught about veganism, and two, we've been taught to mock, someone that's different, or, bullying in school, because so many vegan kids that I know through doing activism, they get bullied at school for being vegan. Like, imagine being bullied for not harming animals and not harming people. That's where we're at the moment. But so many kids that I've taught, they get the message straight away. Kids get it. When they find out they can have vegan chicken nuggets and vegan burgers, they're sold. Like, that's all they need to know. They're like, oh wait, we can still eat the same food? Oh, cool. Like,
yeah,
let's,
exactly.
with adults, we're very, we get into our habit patterns and we just keep doing the same thing every day, and change can be daunting. And, we've got a job and we've got rent and we've got all these responsibilities. And so it just adds, it's like, oh God, I need to do another thing. I need to change another thing in my life. But look, you just make the small steps and eventually you'll get there. Veganism should be your end goal, not killing. Simple as that. Just treating others, and everyone wants freedom in their life, and so why can't we just give freedom to everyone? It just makes sense to me. Like, the world would be so much better. Like, obviously I do this for the animals, but like, I went into slaughterhouses for one day and then it takes me like a whole year to recover. Like, these people are working there every single day. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're giving them, like, they're getting PTSD. They have to rely on drugs and alcohol. Like, that's not the world we want to create. So every time you're buying meat, dairy, eggs, like, you're literally funding this industry that's like harming so many humans in the process as well. And I think that we just need to get rid of it. This world would be so good. Like, such a happy place without any of this stuff.
I know. Yeah, exactly. It all ties in. Like, it's like this layer of density that involves humans as well as animals, and human mental health and suicide rates, like, domestic abuse, like all sorts of awful things come from this existing, to be honest. It's all because it is a reality that people live in, and the people who work there, it's not fair on them. It's not fair on anybody who's part of that industry, because it's just this juggernaut that continues. And the more we pull out of it, and the more people are able to extract themselves from that matrix, the better for everyone. I feel like, as you say, freedom for everyone. We all want to feel free. We want other people to feel free. Animals, they value their lives just as much as we do. So we could probably go on about, we can talk about this stuff for days and days. And I'd love to hear more about the stencils and your, the street art side of things that you do, because, it's been a couple of years since we've been talking about the stenciling, and chalking as well. We've done some chalking together, which is fun. Like, that's a fun way to do outreach, and it's a fun way to get the message across. So
I've got one of the stencils here. So I don't know which way. Is this the right way on your screen?
If you flip it. Yep, there you go.
It's opposite to what I'm looking at. Okay, so I've got these stencils, stonewatch.org. You can get them for free off the website. All you need to do is pay for postage. But if you're watching this video now, use the code vegan love, one word, and the postage is also free. Cool. So
awesome.
stencil free. Just use the code vegan love, one word, and the postage free as well. You can use these however you want. So these are good for street art. So if you find like a graffiti alleyway where it's legal to spray paint, you can use these to advertise the film. And you can also spray paint them on clothing as well. I've spray painted on, a t-shirt, and it works perfectly fine. You can make your own posters with them. But yeah, that's the only stencil that's available on the website. But I also run the organization Sacred Scribble. So if you go to sacredscribble.com, there's a variety of different stencils there. So there's some that promote vegan documentaries like Dominion or The Game Changers. And there's also stencils on there that, just have like a vegan message on there, peace, love, respect, vegan, things like that. And I think it's so powerful to spread this message of compassion and love for animals through art, because like we've been speaking about, the slaughterhouses, and it's all dark energy. It's just like, it's not good vibes at all. Like it's just really heavy. No one wants to see it. No one wants to be a part of it. But the art form, everyone loves seeing art, whether you're on the street, you see some color, everyone loves it in whatever way, whether it's films, everyone loves watching Netflix now. That's art. Like everyone, you go down the street and you see some cool graffiti artwork on the wall. Like it's incredible. Like it adds some brightness to your life. So yeah, that's what I try and focus on more now. Definitely better for the mental health. I don't think that this would be backwards as well, but this is it says throw your excuses in the bin and be vegan. This is like a little cow design. This is like a pig one. These are all available on Sacred Scribble. All I ask is that people just cover the cost of them on the website, and you can get some of these. They're cool. They can go on drink, your water bottle, your laptop. The back of my laptop is completely full of started layering stickers now. But yeah, that's what I've been working on for a few years now. The sacredscribble.com website, I think stencils are in like 40 countries now around the world, which is super cool. I'd love to travel overseas and see, some of these stencils everywhere. That'd be amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been working on. I feel that, veganism can be seen as like such a dark subject and like really taboo. No one wants to touch it. But I think incorporating the art side to it has definitely added a lot more brightness, and, people are more like warming more, to the message because of it. And I got these cool stickers as well. You can get these from the website. I just say, don't watch it.
He's such a cool character. I love the characters that you've got on all of them. They're all...
So this character came from like a mate of mine, Shane. If you go on Instagram, his page is Sotep, so SOTEP ONE, Sotep1. And that's a picture of me just crouched down that I sent him, and then he just turned it into like this cool little monkey dude. Which is awesome. Cool. Yeah, he does like custom work as well. So you can, if you have an idea, you can throw it to him and you can draw it. But yeah, Sacred Scribble project. There's also other ways that people can get involved. So we mentioned chalking. So there's different messages that people can write down. So yeah, chalking is legal all around the world. Just get yourself some chalk, find a footpath that lots of people are walking down, and draw some cute pigs, or draw a little chicken with a little vegan message. Or if you're not into animal rights work and you're watching this and you're an activist in some way and you want to spread more equality for other marginalized groups, you can do that through chalking. And spread, put more art out there. It's good to put on the footpath as well, because everyone's glued on their phone these days and they're looking down while they're walking, and they see a little bit of color on the footpath and it's like, oh, what's that? And then have a good look.
Exactly. I know I have this dream of just the whole world, all cities being covered in color and just paint everywhere, and just messages of love and peace and, just beauty everywhere. And it's possible. Not every city right now, but in future, where people are still going to be living in cities. It's amazing that so many more people are moving out of cities and learning how to grow foods themselves and living in these off-grid kind of communities. Amazing. But a lot of people are still going to be living in cities, because that's just, there's a lot of us, there's a lot of humans. So, making the cities as bright and as beautiful as possible as well, and having these amazing messages alongside hopefully more plants in the cities as well. You know, I see the world as just a totally different place in the next like 10 years, you know. I think it's absolutely possible. So we'll just get out there. Get out there and start painting.
Just do it. Like, that's the thing. We have all these ideas in our heads, and you know, we might think, oh no, we can't do it because of whatever self-doubting noise you have in your head. The best advice you give people is just do it. Like, write it down. Write it down. It doesn't matter how like bizarre out there your idea is, because you never know what it can turn into. You know, and then find some close friends, find your tribe, and work on the same project together. And you know, you put the time and energy into it, and you can literally create whatever you want. And I love the artwork, because when you're creating art, you're literally creating something that has never existed before. And so if you want to create a more loving, compassionate world, and you're creating art that's spreading more love and compassion, then we're getting there. You know what I mean? Like it's going in that path clearly, because you know, we see all these adverts everywhere, all these advertisements for all these businesses, whether it's meat, dairy, eggs, whether it's all these things that you don't need. So why not advertise some more love, some more compassion? Everyone needs that. And the world would just be so much better with it. So if you think that you're not even an artist, like everyone's an artist, like just get out there and practice, you know, go on YouTube, learn some videos. YouTube is the best for whatever you want to learn. And I recommend everyone just gets out there, because we have this thing. I think you were speaking to Linda about it today. She was saying when she was at school, you know, when all kids love art, you know, I've taught thousands of kids, they love drawing. Then when we grow up, we stop it and we kind of put down our pencils and our crayons and the paints. But she kept it going, you know what I mean? And was her name Linda?
This morning, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool. She's like, well, I'd never put them down. And so you see her artwork now, it's so incredible.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like an inherent part of who we are is our creativity and our self-expression. And if that's through painting and drawing, I'd say majority of people still have that within them. It's just a matter of unlocking it and expressing it and sharing it. And as you say, you know, you can just go outside with some chalk and put some color on the ground. Doesn't even have to be a drawing. You can just write some words, you know, spread that love, and just keep practicing. It's all practice. Everything's practice. So
cool. If you don't like what you see, just have a glass of water and pour it on there.
Start
exactly. At the next pavement.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for anyone who does want to get into sort of the investigative filmmaking side of things as well, like as an artist, as a filmmaker, documentary kind of maker? How would somebody get into that, or just start?
Yeah, so I can talk about the process of like the Don't Watch project. So like the steps that I took, and there could be a better way of doing it, but this is how I did it anyway. I just had the idea of the domain name. I bought the domain name. I procrastinated for about a year until I was speaking to my friend Taylor in Sydney, and she studied filmmaking at school, and we thought, oh wow, like this is my opportunity now. Like maybe I can actually make this into a short film. And so we were just brainstorming ideas, and then I started writing the script, and I found another friend to help me with the script. So probably the first step with creating a film would be writing the script for me, having it written down in like a Word document, and then having, you know, what's going to be said, but then what is going to be on the screen as well. So I had different columns. So it would be the words, and then what would be shown, and you know, the snippets that would be shown. So a lot of the footage from in the Don't Watch video was from the Dominion video. So I would put Dominion, and then, you know, 1 hour 20 into 1 hour 21, and then, you know, have that little snippet for the words. Once that was all done, then I had 3 people help with the video editing, amazing activists, and they helped out because once again, I don't have the skills. Like I know how to edit a video through iMovie, but what I needed for the Don't Watch video was something like way more professional. And so they definitely helped with that. There's also, if you're making a film, it makes it look more professional when you have stock videos. So you can just Google stock videos, free stock videos. And what they are is they're just certain themes that you can type in. So you might want a theme of a doctor. So you just type in doctor and it'll have a professional HD short little video of a doctor on the screen. So it just adds more, I guess, credibility to your message if you're making a film, and you don't need to act like a doctor and put on a doctor suit. There's little snippets out there.
Yeah.
What else do we do? I guess the website, the promotion of it as well is like very important. So it's one thing to create the video, but then to promote it in a way so that people know about your product. So once the film was finished, then I got a few people to look over it and, you know, should I change this? What do you think of this? The subtitles, are the subtitles correct? Definitely get subtitles added to your videos for people that are deaf, hearing impaired, or just to have it in different languages as well. So the Don't Watch video now has been translated into Arabic and a few other languages. So if you're watching this and you can speak multiple languages and you want to translate the Don't Watch video, let us know somehow. Contact me on the don'twatch.org website. And yeah, we'll get it going. And yeah, making a website. I use squarespace.com to make the Don't Watch website. Super easy to use. The functions very easy to learn. And yeah, I had you obviously need a graphics designer to make the promotion art for it. You don't need to be a graphics designer. You did all the artwork for all of these projects as well. You can do it yourself, but yeah, I had friends with different skills, and I kind of just asked and I received, I guess. I just put it out there, and I got the help that I needed. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if I've left anything out, but yeah, definitely write the script. Get your friends together, like get some people together, brainstorm some ideas. And there is quite a lot of footage already out there. So a lot of the time you don't actually need to go out there and film your own stuff if you don't need to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a process. There's a lot to it, but as you say, you get, it's a collaboration, co-creation, doing it together with people who can bring their skill sets, and we can probably learn a lot of those things ourselves, but they might not be as good, or they're just going to take a really long time. And if you like yourself or someone like me, I'm like, I just want to get it done. Like when I have an idea and I want to make it happen, I want to make it happen. So I'd rather get somebody else to help me and put it together rather than trying to learn every little thing and just doing it myself. So
it would take me years to work it all out, like to be able to learn how to use Photoshop for the graphics design work, to learn how to edit the video and do all the different editing techniques and things. And I did the website all by myself. But that was still a learning process for me. Do you know what I mean? Like working out how to change all the fonts and everything. Like it still took a while for that, but yeah, everything else I got a lot of help with. So a lot of people, say, "Oh, Dim's project, don't watch it all." It's like, it is not my project. Like I came up with the initial idea of it, but there have been so many activists that have helped with that. Whether it was the graphics designers, the video editors, I can't take credit for this. Like even in the footage that you see in don'twatch.org, like some of the footage in it was from me filming, but a lot of it were from different activists from all over the world that have put their life on the line to get this footage out there. So like I'm super grateful for everyone's help.
Yeah, I think that's the way that the world is going to be. It's a co-creation. That's why this event is co-creating a world of freedom. Actually, thinking about the line after I made all the stuff, I was like, freedom already exists. It's not like co-creating freedom. It's co-creating a world of freedom, or cultivating freedom for a free world. But yeah, I think that's just the way that it's going to be. We're collaborators, we're co-creators, we all bring our own skills and our gifts and our abilities, but all working together in this space of unity consciousness, we're able to achieve anything. Literally, like you said, you can just manifest, you can create anything that you have in your mind, that, you know, you feel like the world is going to benefit from. Just start, write down the idea, start Googling things. You know, I've learned how to edit, and I've learned how to, I don't know how to use Canva before I made this, and now it's just a matter of like playing around with it and kind of driving it, like driving the machine. You can be the driver, you can be like the driver or the technician in another area. And I guess for you, kind of coordinating and bringing everyone together is kind of like orchestrating it. That's how I kind of see this kind of event as well. It's like, it's not just me. It's definitely not just me. Like, I've done a lot of it on, you know, kind of on my own, but at the same time, like, I was taught how to do a lot of it. I was given, you know, the blueprint for it. I was, you know, it's just bringing people together, and like, you know, networking is a big part of it as well. So making friends, connecting people. So yeah, shall we, what else did we want to, I don't know if there was anything else. Yeah, is there anything else that you'd like to share that's on your heart? We could just go on all night, probably.
Just one thing I just really want to hit home for people is, like, if you are watching this and you know you're vegan, like, please just look within, like, just sit there, just focus on your breath, close your eyes for a bit and do some meditation work, and just like really look at what's going on and your own actions. Like, we all want to be kind people. Like, we want to be the best that we can be. And I think that when we're just, you know, being unconscious all the time, like we're harming others, maybe, you know, knowingly or unknowingly, but I think that we can all just do better and learn from our mistakes and make that change. And I think our actions are so important. Like, we might have all these different thoughts, and they might be, you know, unhelpful thoughts, but when we're actually harming others with our actions, I think like, we just need to stop it, and we just need to look within and just see that if we want to have a peaceful world, it starts with us. We need to stop relying on others and, you know, the government and the school system and everyone else, and blaming everyone else for how the world got here, because I'm responsible for that as well. And you are, and all of us are. Like, we all need to take responsibility for it. But we all need to work together and like, and change what we have here. And it starts with us. It really starts with our own actions and what we're doing. You know what I mean? If you have the resources, the time, financial resources, whatever it is, help others. You know what I mean? If you walk past someone on the street that's homeless, like, just say hi to them. Like, just be nice to people, you know? And I think the world would just be so much better. So, like, such a happier place for everyone. Like, we were talking about lucid dreaming before. Don't make like someone's reality, like, let's just say this is a dream. Like, why would we want to make it a nightmare for someone? Why would we like want to cause harm to someone and like make them experience something that's like hell, like a nightmare, when we don't need to? We don't need to eat animals. Like, we've done it for a while, and we were creating a nightmare and hell for others. But now that you know what's going on, like, if you've got this far in the video, you know what's going on. You know, like, the suffering that's happening, and we can just be better. That's all. That's my final message. Like, just please stop eating animals.
Yeah, we can all do better, and we can all keep evolving and you know, embody ourselves as pure, you know, like I've said throughout this whole thing, it's like we're all these pure divine sparks of source of consciousness. And I don't see consciousness as you know, source or God or whatever you want to call it, coming through us in any way that's intentionally, or, you know, once you know, it's not going to want to express itself through hurting others. And as you say, like, creating a nightmare for somebody is just, that's not, Your
life is just better. It puts you on a path of, when you're being kind to others, you're obviously being kind to yourself, because you're not poisoning your body with all of these like harmful things, cholesterol, saturated fat, all this stuff. And so your mind's obviously going to be clearer as well. You'll make better decisions. You'll create a better world for yourself as well, because you'll start surrounding yourself with more loving and compassionate people that, you know, and life is so much better. Like the people that I've met today, like I do van life, as you know, and you know, today to even have this event, like I'm at an activist house, like I'm at a friend's house that I met through activism, and you know, I can travel all around the world now, and I'll be able to stay at someone's house for free because of the activism work that I've done over the years, and I've connected with these people. Like you can really meet some really loving people through just being compassionate to others. Yeah, it comes back. You call it whatever you want. You can call it karma, or you reap what you sow, whatever. But it does. It comes back. If you're putting good stuff out there, you're going to have a good life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We do have quite a few comments. Pip. Oh, on that note, Pip also said at the beginning, you know, you always have a safe place to stay with me again. Love to see you again, see my world is
Pip, you're an angel. Thank you so much. Pip hosted me probably like 2 years ago now. Was just an absolute angel. So thank you, Pip.
Yeah. Oh, she's so beautiful. Says she has a lot of Linda's paintings in her teaching room.
She's an incredible piano player.
Sorry?
She's an incredible piano player. Penis, that's the one.
Yeah, she said she can offer music
composition
if that helps. I think that's related to filmmaking as well. Lucid dreaming, touched in something personal, you shared always dreams. Oh, almost like someone's written it in a. Oh, Pip, poor thing. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll reach out to her. She's just made some, brought up some other points that maybe we won't have time to really go into now. But I think there's so much that we can talk about on all these different things. So we're going to do more of this, and we'll have more events and we'll do other things. So that also brings me to the announcement that I wanted to make relating to the academy that I'm opening up over the next kind of couple of weeks. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm super looking forward to these live streams. So they're going to be weekly live streams, behind the scenes action in, conscious entrepreneur business studios, that kind of thing, and doing, live workshops with people who are creating art to make the world a better place, to shine light into the darkness and to uplift, and to, whether that's a painting studio, whether that's a recording studio for music, whether that's like, there's even places like people who work with water and who actually infuse water with high vibrational frequencies, all sorts of things, anything, anything that's making the world a better place through creative means. We're going to be doing some behind the scenes live streams, and
You're still there. I can hear you.
Where did that come from? Is that on my computer?
That was you. I don't know what happened. I couldn't hear anything. I
didn't touch anything. Just sort of happened. Okay. So that's going to be super exciting. So we'll be opening that in the next couple of weeks, maybe even next week. But the information is on our website, which is paradiserisingstudios.live. And
how do you spell that?
You spell it funky, because why not? Because I like Z's. Paradise Rising with a Z Studios, and so people can subscribe and join our other group, and we'll be having like a safe container for that. It's going to be super fun. So I'll put the link in the comments. We can put "Don't Watch" in the comments as well, and Sacred Scribble, and get it. Yeah, spread the message, get it all out there. Yeah, and I'd love to do a little meditation before we close off.
Sure.
Cool. All right.
Let's get my cushion.
I'm gonna have some juice. All right. We'll see what flows. Okay. So, for anyone watching or listening live or on the replay, just get yourselves comfortable. If you are driving any heavy machinery, please don't close your eyes. But if you can, just get comfortable, sit up straight. You can lie on your back if you feel like you need to or you want to. Just get your spine nice and straight, your head above your shoulders. Come into alignment physically. And we will just start by taking a couple of deep breaths in through our nose. Bring it all the way down and release. And in through the nose. And release. And just keep taking that breath in all the way down, nice and deep. And as you are bringing it up into your body, before it comes down, just imagine it as this beautiful, warm golden light that's coming up into your crown, swirling around for a few moments before it comes down to your third eye, into your mind, down into your throat, and down into your heart space, and filling your heart up with love and beautiful warm golden light, and down into your solar plexus, your space just at the bottom of your rib cage, down into your sacral chakra, down into your root, down, down, down into the earth. And just imagine that light as you're breathing it in and releasing, and breathing it in and releasing, just feeling it coming down and infusing every cell of your body, every inch of your being. Bring that into, infuse your vessel with light, with love, with peace. This beautiful light that's just then going to exude from every pore of your being as you bring more and more light into your body. And in these moments, as you release, I just invite you to let go of anything from the day that's caused you stress or brought you down, made you sad. Just release it. Just let it go. Whatever the experience was, whatever that aspect of your life is, doesn't matter, doesn't exist in this moment. Just release, let it go. Just be present with your breath. Your breath and the light moving through your body and down into the earth, and feel that light connecting in with the network of roots below you, connecting in with other plants, other beings below the surface of the planet as you connect further and further down into Mother Earth, all the way down. Just bring your consciousness, bring your breath, bring your light down into the earth, all the way down through all the layers, all the rocks, all the crystals, all the earth, all the caverns, all the underground rivers, streams, lakes. Send that light and that consciousness down into the core of Mother Earth, all the way down. Feel it anchored in. Wrap that light around the core of our beautiful planet. Feel yourself deeply connected in with Mother Earth. And as you breathe, just bring your awareness up through that cord of light that you've now sent down into the core of Mother Earth. Bring your awareness up that cord of light, gradually feeling the light spread and move and connect through this network of roots, of underground tunnels, of rivers, and bring your awareness up again into your body, through your chakra system, up through your crown, and send it up, up, up into the sky. Keep going, keep sending it up and connect it in with your soul star that is way above you. Connect it in, spread that light and that love, that warmth, that peace all the way around your soul star. That we each have a soul star up in the sky. And wrap your love around that chakra of your being. Feel it connected, and you're always connected with the stars. You're always connected with the earth. You're always connected in the middle with your body, which is the bridge. It connects your consciousness with your physicality. Bring your awareness back down this beautiful cord of light. Down, 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 until it comes to your crown. And again, feel it there. Allow it to expand. Allow your crown to open. And bring it down into your third eye and let that expand and open. So you're able to see more clearly, with more color, more vibrancy. Bring it down into your throat chakra that allows you to speak, allows you to share your truth, the truth of others, allows you to express. And down into your heart space. And we'll just take a few moments to spend some time here. You might want to put your hands over your heart, connect in with your heart space, and allow the light and the love to expand that cavity, that chest space, and allow the light to just sit and be this beautiful warm flame inside your heart. You might want to see it as another color. Maybe there's another flame that's there that's a different color, or you want to still see it as a beautiful golden light. And just allow the sensation of that flame, that fire inside your heart, to warm you up from the inside. And just let it expand. And as you're sitting here or lying here, let it expand further and further out, outside your body. Send that love, radiate that light out from your heart space, further and further out in all different directions. In front of you, behind you, to the sides, above, below. Just let it radiate out. Whatever color you see, allow that color to infuse the space all around you. And now, as you're focusing your attention on this light, on this love, on this space inside your heart, I just invite you to imagine what a world of freedom would look like. What that is for you personally. With the people in your life, with the animals in your life, with the way that you live, in the feelings that you feel free within, in the the sounds that you hear. Maybe you hear laughter, you hear birds chirping, you hear running water. And just feel the sensations of what that feels like, of being in that moment. Maybe surrounded by your loved ones, maybe watching the sun go down over a beach as you sit in your van. And just notice who else is there. And bring your awareness to the sensations that you feel, the feelings that you feel in your heart in this moment of freedom in your life. Just feel that deeply. And as you feel that and you picture that scene in your mind, send the signals out through this space that you've created, that you've opened up from your heart space. You've already expanded your energy. You've already sent out your signals of love and light. And now send out those signals of what you feel embodies freedom, the scene that you feel yourself within. Send those signals out and feel it and have gratitude for it. Give thanks for that already being your reality, whether it's something that you currently live in or something that you wish to achieve. Just give gratitude for it already having happened. And for the people in your life and the animals in your life and your lifestyle and the food that you get to eat, the sun in the sky, the earth below your feet, being able to feel the grass, being able to feel the dirt, feel yourself lost in that moment. And as you continue breathing and as you continue sending out those signals of love and peace and whatever you're grateful for, your life of freedom, just continue breathing and connecting in with that and with the colors. And now I just invite you to bring your awareness down as you're breathing, down into the earth through your root chakra, through the space that connects your body with Mother Earth below you, and feel those roots and feel the connectivity with Mother Earth, with the worms, with the rabbits, with any other insects that might be living below the surface. Feel love for them, send them love. And send out these signals through the network of roots below the surface and feel that energy coming up through the grasses and the trees, the flowers, the bushes, all the plants. And imagine yourself sitting in this space, surrounded by all these beautiful plants that are now living, breathing embodiments of the light that you are shining down into the earth and out through your heart space as they absorb that light, as they absorb that breath and that love. And as you're sitting here in nature, what animals are around you? Who else is there with you in the trees, in the grasses, butterflies? And feel them connecting in with the plants and with yourself. as you are all one with nature, in unity, all connected through the breath, all connected through the waters that run through everything, through our blood, through the oceans, through the food that we eat. Water is life. Just spend a few moments here connecting with these animals. Whoever those animals might be, rabbits, chickens, lions. See them as who they are. Look into their eyes and send them love. And feel their love being sent back to you. And as you're sitting here, feel that light in your heart space having expanded so far. Feel how open your heart is and allow that love in to receive from these animals and from the plants and from the universe. Feel that beautiful reciprocal relationship of love being sent out and being received at the same time. And bring your awareness back into that heart space and the breath as it moves through you. And allow your mind to come to the sensations of what it feels like to sit here, whether you're warm or there's a breeze on the air. Whatever you feel on your body, within your body, in the cells. Bring your awareness back to your breath as it comes in through your nose. As we gradually come back to this present moment. There's no rush, just in your own time. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath, coming in through your nose. And as you release, just call your energy back to you. Having expanded so much, bring your energy back into your body. Call all that love to yourself so you can hold that for yourself as well. And feel that love for you and the being that you are. Divine spark of the infinite. And feel that in your heart as you bring yourself back into the present moment and feel your body. You might want to rub your hands together. You might want to feel your hands on your knees. Just gently flutter your eyes open as we come back here into this very moment.
Thank you.
Thank you. I always feel a bit high after doing meditations, and whether I've guided them or other people have guided me through them, I come out and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I usually don't do guided meditations. The only time I do them is with you. I remember at your old guided meditation, and then now they're so good. Like, go on a journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, well, that was fun. That was yeah, probably one of the better ones that I've done, to be honest. I'm quite happy with that. I enjoyed it, and I'm really, really grateful for this conversation. I've had a really good time connecting with you and hearing your stories and helping share that, all the information and all the experience and the wisdom and the tools and everything that you are, your work. It's really important, really, really important stuff. So I'm
Thank
just
you.
glad to be able to.
You're such a beautiful person, Lucy.
Oh.
Like I can't say a negative about you. Like, thank you for all the work that you've done and for creating this space and for having me on here. I'm very, very grateful for it. So thank you once again. And keep being you. Yeah, you're just such an amazing person. So thank you. Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you for giving me hope in this world.
Well, likewise, exactly. I mean, this is why we're doing this is for hope, and I see that in you, and you have inspired me so much for so many years. So I'm just grateful. You're an amazing person as well. Thank you so much for being you, for being here, for being present with us, and shining and sharing and speaking up for the animals. They need us.
No worries.
All right. Well, whew, that was a long one. It was good. Really good. Super awesome. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. And yeah, thank you so much for closing this with me. It's been an honor to have you as this session, this part of our container. So now it's done. Which is a little bit weird and relieving, but fun. It's been so much fun, so I'm just grateful.
Thank you again for having
me. Okay, have a beautiful night, and I will speak to you soon.
See ya.
Thank you to everyone who's been with us as well.
I'll quick leave now.
All right, see ya.
All right.